Our project is actually new. We're decided to do it in Leyte province where Francis actually came from. And our stake is basically to empower the youth through engineered inspiration, which means
we're using the word engineering to reflect the focus of our project. We're doing service leadership under the umbrella of science and engineering. And inspiration and empower to convey that the meaning of scientific trait, which we identify as the art of inquiry, problem solving, and most especially the can-do attitude, that they believe that they can do things that they've never done before.
So how did we even come up with this project? So we wanted to target on something that can help the overall country at the same time. See really like what is the problem. And I've talked to a lot of Filipino students at MIT, and all of them, like they said that a lot of these kids that they see and grew up with have this mental barrier that they cannot do something. Mm-hmm. Maybe this is due to social or political or even economical reasons. But whatever the reasons is that they have very small dream instead of being able to be more confident about themselves and dream bigger so that they can do bigger things because they're totally capable of doing so.
Right. And on the bigger picture, we also want to contribute to developing that scientific culture in the Philippines. The idea of science and engineering project first came to me from a friend at Harvard who was actually planning to do a technology transfer in the Philippines. And I came from a science high school where we emphasize science and engineering, but most of the graduates go abroad and apply their skills abroad, and we are actually lacking with that skills. But we have the talent at home, so we want to also contribute by motivating them to apply those skills in their own homeland.
So this goes to impact, which is synthesizing life processes via shared hands-on experiences. And what that means is that instead of just learning from textbook, we're actually deciding to do a lot of hands-on experiments, so that they can see that they can really apply this to real life and the potential they can do to the community by like very simple inventions such as
like the MIT developed technology in the Philippines, which is a liter of light using bottled water and the chlorine, and which can actually baking soda, and which can actually light the community, and it's very cheap.
Because all you have to do is just use the sunlight and it works.
Right. Yeah, and also on another picture, we want students to really think about, and students who have the skills in science and math and say, I can do science, I can do math, how can I use these skills to actually do something in the community? We want to pull them out in a traditionally based classroom and use those skills to actually do something in their community.
So our outcome is basically a week-long service project designed and developed by the students themselves. So what we were trying to do is make them develop the leadership skills through the science experiments. And then since they have the tools, they're going to actually design it themselves and then go out to the community, make their own service project. And once they see the result of what they can actually do, it'll give them more confidence about themselves that they can actually make a change to the community. And by doing so, I think that everyone, including the PLs, the team mentors, and the high school students will be able to have more confidence and just see that they can really do something.
Right, and of course we want to expand Select Network in the Philippines and establish a new chapter.
And we're also thinking of doing using media to help bring awareness to this project, especially since we have one of our core team members being sponsored by Jollibee. By Jollibee restaurant, it's like a fast food restaurant, but I heard it's super famous in Philippines.
Wait, so in terms of fundraising, is this sponsored by the fast food restaurant?
We haven't contacted them, mainly because we still have problems working with the high school, but once we get that problem resolved, then we're going to focus a lot on fundraising part and also actually developing the experiments.
Is there Francis High School?
Yeah. So we have also lots of networking in terms of since he knows all the faculty.
What kind of resources and constraints are you gonna set out for this student design project?
So we're actually aiming to just use local materials, so that they of course, it's for them to see that whatever is available for them is actually.
Well, I'm thinking more like institutional level. Like, so if like they're gonna, they say they come up with some project, like go put light bulbs in every house and something like, how are you gonna support that together? And like, are you gonna put constraints on exactly what they could do, or they could do whatever they wanted? Or?
I think they can do it as long as whatever they want. It depends on how much we can provide resources and also the safety.
Right, and also like how much support can the community actually give to them.
This is addressed to you and also the other project, that because there's been 4 years of PP projects, that there are many people who have gone through, and so if you could bring them back and also get them to donate, because people, once they have invested in a place, they're more willing to continue to contribute. So make sure you use resources and people from previous years.
How can we contact them?
So for people like Art and Laura and Ryan, Andrew, so all those people, and get their list. So you don't have to start your own list.
Okay, sure.
Wesley in charge of alumni database.
He's going to be working hard on it on the next few weeks.
Next question, please. You said that you develop leadership through like science and technology. I must get better.
Right, so a lot of people think that leadership is very separate from science or just engineering, but actually you have to develop a lot of leadership skills, teamwork skills, in order to successfully carry out your projects in general. So we're going to design like experimental course where they're going to develop all these skills.
Right. And the idea is that, what's use of the idea if you can't really bring it out to the.
That's even emphasized in our school too. There's a problem with everyone just thinking that they're totally separate things. But in reality, you need both of them, or else you can't work out in the world. You're gonna just end up in research labs. Yes.
I love the phrase engineered inspiration, and I think that's your stake.
Awesome.
Through one lens, empower the youth, but from the lens of your high school students, it's really just engineered inspiration, so I love it.
Thank you.
Thank
And I
you.
think credit goes to Daniel.
So MIT specific question. So in terms of resources, have you guys reached out to not only the PSC but also the?
Okay, so as an MIT treasurer, PSC doesn't want to help us.
Yeah, I understand. Just a public service center, like that historically do not want to fund us, do not help us because we're
Because
children
they
projects.
don't
Actually, what we're trying to do is we did an information session with Harvard, and we've heard that Harvard students actually get lots of grants. So what we're trying to do is at least recruit 1 or 2 Harvard students.
We have that on video.
Oh, that can't go on Facebook. We'll cut it.
Where's MIT pride?
Oh,
No, actually,
That is MIT pride.
and also, I think Wellesley is called. Wellesley College, that single-sex school, they have travel grants for people to do public surveys. So if you can require 1 or 2 members from Wellesley and then tell them to resign a little bit earlier, because the deadline is April for their grants. So maybe you should find them and
Okay.
get them.
also just a reminder, the Harvard grants for travel and everything is approaching, so you should like recruit 14 members from Harvard.
Yeah,
Right.
we're recruiting next week. Great.
Yeah, I gotta get back to the.
By the way, Swarthmore has grants too. So.
Okay, so Swarthmore too. Lots of people. Guess it's just our school time.
Guys, fire away. About 3 more minutes.
I'm just wondering how you can leverage the people at MIT who are doing engineering projects that are aimed towards developing world applications, to collaborate with the youth you'll be working with to help the youth identify local needs for engineering solutions that require engineering solutions to have more collaboration between local bright science and engineering students and scientists abroad.
Yeah, so actually we haven't really talked to the MIT.
But then we were trying to talk to the guy who came up with the model.
Oh, right, yeah, he's actually coming to Boston area today, so we're gonna set up a meeting with him this week too.
So we're going to do a lot of networking, I guess, to ask for advices, and then we'll choose our options from there.
Right.
Great. And remind me to connect you with people I know at
Yeah, and my
MIT.
brother too, yeah.
Your brother.
So that's- Yes?
What's going to happen after the project?
So we're hoping that they're going to definitely have a SealNet club established in the high school. And Philippines High School, if we can get that, it's actually kind of like a UC system where like Philippines High School is located in other parts of Philippines.
Right.
So if we can get them to connect together, then SealNet can expand as well into different parts of the Philippines.
But like in terms of the science and engineering components of the project, like will there be any, I don't know, support from maybe local universities or faculty members, stuff like that?
So if all goes well, hopefully they continue, that's like, as long as can go. From local universities, we actually don't have local universities partnering for the project, or at least not yet. We don't actually see any base value, added value to that. Because the high school itself actually has really strong emphasis on science, so they have all facilities.
Here's a challenge for you, but also for the rest of projects, is if you would, I challenge you to think of this as a 3-year plan project, not a 1 year.
Yeah, definitely we want to make sure that this continues. So I think the media will play a large role, mainly because I talked to a lot of also like Filipino students, and they said like, well, Filipinos generally are very
Every event.
influenced by media, like heavily influenced by media. So if we can somehow get a lot of exposure through media, then I think it'll be quite possible to make this a long-lasting program. Yeah.
What's your connection with Philippines?
One of our core team is actually has a commercial with John Susan who's sponsored.
I think you guys could maybe talk further with Ross and like on their project to see how you guys can build this collective SealNet like base in the Philippines. Just because like they've been working with UP in Cebu for such a long time, but maybe to make it more like connected with like regional.
But is there importance in contacting UP and those?
I think it's important actually, like especially if we're gonna like main connection between this shop and
I think what Tim was talking about is cohesion in terms of like the SealNet student base that you're trying to do, because then you have people in Cebu, right? And then you're gonna have hopefully more people in, how do you pronounce that? But yeah, so then you wanna make sure they share some sort of connection or cohesion.
and they're like the location's like 4 hours away. They both.
It's more of a support network, right?
Okay.
Like, I mean, they're all high school students that are going through like trying to plan their own projects. It's more of a if they have like pen pals, they can send emails to each other and discuss different solutions to some of their problems that they might share.
Okay, I'll definitely put that in our agenda then.
Thank you guys.
Thank you very much.